Bonjour, bienvenue à Français AP. My name is Madame Bell and I teach AP French here at Roswell High School. Welcome to our AP and Honors Night. I'm going to give you a brief overview of the AP French class and the exam. First of all, AP French is a course that has an AP exam at the end in May, but it's also a class where students can really learn a useful skill, and that is AP French improves their French. It also encourages students to be culturally competent, in other words, to have a more broader and in-depth world view. We use a lot of authentic resources for that throughout the year, and we collaborate a lot in class, which I enjoy. We use almost French exclusively. In fact, the students think it's funny when they hear me speak English because they're not used to it. And it really does prepare students for using French in real life settings. So in addition to having an exam at the end of the year, I think that there are a lot of benefits to taking a course like AP French. The AP French course is divided into themes, and you can see them here on this graphic. We start the first semester with themes that I think are easy for students to grasp, things like family and community, personal and public identities, and beauty. And then our second semester, the three themes are a little bit more outward looking and deal with the world, things like science and technology, contemporary life, and global challenges. But a lot of those themes, as you can see from the graphic, are really interrelated. This is the format of the AP French exam. The AP French exam is about 3.5 hours long, takes place in May, and the first half of it measures what students understand, what they understand when they're reading, and what they understand when they're listening. And sometimes the tasks combine reading something, listening to something, and then answering questions. So that's the first half of the exam. The second half of the exam measures what students can produce when they're writing and when they're speaking. So there is an essay, and there's an email to write, and then there's a conversation and a cultural comparison. So it's a very well-rounded view of what a student can do in French. My summer assignments are here, and this is what I assigned to students last year. I think this year I will do pretty much the same thing. I asked students to read a book. Now, they have a choice of about 4, and all of those books are in English, but they form a great basis for discussion for the rest of the year. So such a worthwhile task for the students. And then I asked them to read in French some current event articles and do a summary of that, because knowledge of current events is such an important part of AP French. And then I asked them to spend about 10 hours throughout the summer record, and they keep a journal, they record that they've been doing listening in French. And I want them to pick what they like, whether it's a movie or a TV show or a podcast or a playlist that they have. Listening in their target language is such a great thing for them to do to hone their skills. And I do have them do some grammar activities, not a whole bunch, but some to get them ready. We have a lot of resources that we use in class. You can see on the screen here that I've got a big list that I post on our team's website so that students have lots of places to go, whether they're looking for a current event, want to listen to some music, or they need to find an online dictionary. We do use a textbook called TEM, and that textbook also has a workbook that we do use quite a bit in class and outside of class. And I would recommend that students invest in a pretty good bilingual dictionary if they're going to be taking the class. These are ways that I think students can be successful. It takes a long time to learn a new language. It just takes time in the saddle, practice. And so I would encourage students, in order to be successful in AP French, to find ways to use French, whether they're committing to using French and really participating in the classroom, to finding ways to use it outside the classroom, talking with other friends, finding pen pals, traveling abroad, listening to music, watching movies. All of those are ways that they can kind of immerse themselves in French, and that way they will be successful in AP French class. So that's a main overview of the class and the test. I do hope that if you have any questions that you would contact me at belba@fultonschools.org, and I hope to see your student next year in AP French. Merci, au revoir.